Lego has an eye problem. I don't say this as a joke. I mean this in full sincerity. Lego minifigures are starting to get an eye problem.
What's the problem?
Well, some of them may be missing their pupils.
Now, recently, if you've been in the LEGO community, you might have seen some discourse on this Darth Maul minifigure. It was released in the new Sith Infiltrator set, and people were talking about it for one specific reason: the lack of pupils.
Now, most Darth Maul minifigures in the past have had pupils. In fact, it's a staple of most LEGO minifigures, except for some, oh god, we don't talk about that one. But this one is different. For some reason, LEGO decided to yellow out the pupils like this. And it's causing discourse to whether people like it better or worse than the original. Now, I'm wondering, why is this a problem? Especially now. Mainly because it's happened before, with this Emperor Palpatine minifigure.
So why is this a big problem now?
I think it's a big problem now, mainly because people are starting to see that this is probably going to be the alternative. I wanted to make this video to discuss whether this alternative is better or worse than what they had going on before, and reasons why LEGO might be moving on to this different way of minifigure making. Of course, I wanted to first take a look at the Darth Maul minifigure in question, and why people have such a problem with it. Now, upon first glance, it really isn't anything special. It's your average Darth Maul Phantom Menace minifigure. Probably same looking printed robes as before, with a little extra leg printing. Probably the same headpiece too. All the differences just come down in the face print. More specifically, the eyes. It's just yellow. It has the classic Darth Maul face prints around it, but just yellow whited out eyes. It looks very unnatural for a character that we've been known having pupils in LEGO for ages and ages. It feels like an odd change to make this late to the game. I mean, they've been making Darth Maul minifigures since the Phantom Menace, and all of them have had pupils. This might be one of the reasons for the outrage. Just the known fact that this figure has been like this for so long, and now they're just randomly making this change. It's weird. It's odd. Now, do I think the eyes work better with or without pupils? I gotta be honest. Yeah, the yellowed out eyes really don't look better to me. Now, look, they have their merits. Just making it a generic Sith with yellowed out eyes, it's clear to see that this is a Sith. Well, if the everything else didn't give it away already. But now it's really clear. Yellowed out eyes just takes away all the character from it. Whereas all the ones before, with his pupils, they have more character. They feel more like Maul. And actually makes it look more scary, more evil, more menacing. It gives off more character with the Sith eyes than without. In my opinion, I think the eyes work better for a more menacing approach. But there are merits to the yellowed out versions. More or less, I do like the specific color of yellow they used. And if they didn't want to use pupils again, I feel like they at least found the best use of color for the eyes. But I definitely believe that the pupils are better than this.
The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
Now, as I said in the intro, Darth Maul isn't the first LEGO Sith to be given the full yellow eye treatment. I wanted to talk about the figure I started to notice this change with. Emperor Palpatine from the Emperor's Throne Room. This one diorama set they made back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean last year or something, I don't know. And really, there's not much else to say. It's like the Darth Maul figure. Everything from old Palpatine, just with yellow eyes. And again, I feel like the yellowed out eyes are worse. I guess it works more for Palpatine because he's more of an older bloke. it makes sense for him to have yellowed out eyes rather than a young and snappy Darth Maul. Just look at those pointy tusks. Yeah, I got nothing. And anyways, it makes more sense on Palpatine, but again, it loses all the charm of the pupils. It makes him look more Sith-like. It's just, I can't really say more than I can for Darth Maul, because really, it's worse for the same reasons of Palpatine's than it is for Darth Maul. It just doesn't work as good without the pupils. Which is a huge letdown, because, as seen in the Advent calendar, I don't know if they're going to be leaving these pupils in the past. But these aren't the only characters I've noticed it with. While working on a recent video, I noticed a certain other character with fully colored out eyes, rather than the pupils he had before. When working on the LEGO Lord of the Rings video, I noticed a certain character in the Barad-dûr set with a little change from his past iterations. That being, he looked worse. Yeah, I'm sorry, but these blued out eyes really do not work on Golem. First of all, he just got less printing in general. Like, he doesn't even have the cloth. Is he just letting it out? Ugh. And also, I feel like if they wanted to make pupils on a character to make them look more grotesque, Golem would be the one. He's meant to be this grotesque, ugly, deformed being. It only makes sense for him to have giant, realistic eyes rather than these blue balls that they give him. Literally. It's another case of LEGO backtracking in a sense of detail for this simpler, more cartoony look, which, in my opinion, looks worse. But doesn't matter if it looks worse.
That's what you get, alright? You get fucking taste. If you came up.
What are LEGO minifigures meant to be, if not cartoonish iteration of a character that you like? But over the years, they've gotten more and more realistic, to the point where these certain characters are being given pupils, which of course is really good. But I feel like LEGO is backtracked in a sense to test the waters of making more cartoony versions of these characters. And I don't think it's working. Really, they're taking these characters that already had perfect iterations before and sort of just backtracking in their sense of progress. They've had so many printing and technological advancements in their LEGO sets that removing the pupils and eyes of some characters really feels like a misstep on their part. Honestly, this whole pupil dilemma does feel like something that doesn't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, with how advanced minifigures have come, simple changes like these can go a long way in shifting the shape of LEGO minifigures forever. And I feel like I'd like to stay in the direction that it's going right now. But LEGO, I know you're meant to be cartoony, but you're cartoony enough. Let my boy Maul have his pupils. And, for God's sake, give Golem a towel. Anyways, that's all I had to rant about for this video. Subscribe for eyes.